Welcome back to the KEMPIRE Daily YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the uploads. In today's video, I want to talk about the latest episode of Iyanla's Fix My Life. LisaRaye McCoy was actually the guest, and I didn't expect this because we've been talking about her on social media for various other hot topics in regards to her comments on Halle Berry, her past relationships, all of that. Well, LisaRaye decided to bring her mother and daughter to the Iyanla Fix My Life house to resolve some issues that we didn't even realize that she had. And one of those big issues has to do with LisaRaye's relationship with her own mother. And obviously, if you've watched Fix My Life, you see the toxicity that can happen in a family where relationships are not healed or talked about. Apparently, a lot of us didn't realize that LisaRaye was having these sorts of family issues, not only with her mother, but also her daughter. One of the things that we learned was how LisaRaye's mother stayed in the relationship with LisaRaye's father for money, for status, whatever it may be. If you don't know, LisaRaye's father, he was murdered several years ago. And she's talked about it in other interviews and things like that. But I don't think we realized how deep that relationship was with her father and how that relationship really interfered with any sort of growth with her relationship with her own mother. Say what you want about Iyanla Fix My Life. I don't really love the show. I love her books, but I do see how this is a good stepping stone to therapy and opening up the conversation that this family should be having. I'm not sure they really resolved anything in this episode, but some chilling things is it's so crazy how we can have our own perception of ourselves, but when you have somebody that's not in the family look at other people, you realize in this particular episode, LisaRaye's mom, LisaRaye's daughter, they really are very much the same. And the patterns of behavior just continues and continues. It's actually really sad. And I hope that after this episode, they're able to really get into therapy because I feel like they only brushed the surface in this last episode. It was interesting to watch, but it also explains a lot of the energy that you get from LisaRaye in a bunch of, when you see her on Cocktails with Queens, when you see her making comments in interviews about people, you can see that there is more going on there. You can see that there is this armor on. And you can also see in this episode where she breaks down talking about her father, that relationship, even though she was a daddy's girl and she loves her father, and there was something there that needed to be healed, not just with her mother, but also with her father. Also, her daughter, a lot of people, I posted this on TikTok and we were talking about the daughter. She's like 30 something years old and she's still living with LisaRaye. They're all living with LisaRaye. And LisaRaye is pretty much taking care of everyone. And which we see it in different cultures. We see that happening. We see it, in the celebrity culture where a celebrity is taking care of the entire family and the pressures of that. Because at one point during the Fix My Life episode, in order to resolve a situation, LisaRaye just said, how much do I have to give you for this to be done? Pretty much. But the relationship with her daughter, I believe there was a reality show that they had separately several years ago. I didn't see that sort of tension or issues with, LisaRaye and her daughter. But apparently, look, people can only give you what they want on social media and on TV and things like that. But to see that the pattern was continuing. But I love the fact that they went on this show because they want to resolve it. They want to make peace with it. But I think the next step will be therapy with an actual doctor. And like I said, this is not a crack at Iyanla Vanzant, but I feel like it is a television show. This is the last season of Iyanla's Fix My Life. I prefer Iyanla's books. I prefer Iyanla as a motivational speaker, but the antics that we see on this show, I just feel is not really helping. But Iyanla might say that herself. She might say, this is just a stepping stone. This is just to lay the foundation, and now let's do the work. But this episode with LisaRaye I think it opened a lot of people's eyes to why LisaRaye is the way that she is, and also the toxicity of family members. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you got to stick with your family and you got to do this and that. You got to put up with a lot with when it comes to family. But I think it was really interesting to, you see it on Iyanla's Fix My Life all the time, is that no, you shouldn't be dealing with toxicity if it's not good for you, no matter who it is. I want to know, I want to hear from you guys. Let me know, did you see Iyanla's Fix My Life, the latest episode? And let's talk about it in the comments. What were some of the things that you got from this episode and how do you relate? Let's continue the conversation in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the uploads.